In this video, I'm going to show you why storytelling is the secret to email marketing that actually converts. Most entrepreneurs send emails full of tips, full of strategies, full of tricks and how to, and then they discover that no one's really opening or reading their email. Look, my email list is my top revenue driver, and it has been for the last decade that I have been an entrepreneur. And the reason for this is that I prioritize personal branded newsletters and specifically storytelling in my emails. I use storytelling to connect, to educate, and to let my audience in. And today I'm breaking down why this works and giving you a formula that you can use for your next email. Most emails are, here are 5 tips too, and they easily get ignored because, to be honest, I could go over to AI and I could very easily get AI to write me an email that sounds exactly the same. And this is why storytelling is so fundamental. This is what I talked about in my episode a few weeks ago on the importance of storytelling in marketing. But if your emails are getting ignored, that tells me that it is time to drive up your storytelling. Give people a reason to open and read your emails. Because storytelling emails build connection. They let your audience in, and they feel like an actual conversation, which many of us are craving. Look, your audience is drowning in information, and most of that is regurgitated information. They need connection. They need context. They are literally telling us that is what they need. And yes, you can have a combination of both, but it really is about being intentional with your educational content and making sure that your storytelling is leading the way. That you're not just sharing tips and tricks, but you're also sharing how you yourself overcame something, how you used these skills, how you discovered this particular tip and trick, and how it influenced your business or that of your client. Because story-centered emails feel personal, and personal branding is what we are all about in today's day and age. And look, I've been there. I've done it. Even as a storytelling expert, I've fallen into the trap of 5 tips on this, or just click through to read my blog. And I can tell you, after 10 years and a lot of experience and testing, it is the emails where I take an I or a me focused approach, including in my subject line, that I get the best results. You have to remember that email is an intimate platform. This is one-to-one. This is you in their inbox, an inbox that they invited you into. And they said, yes, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from this particular person. I often say that someone giving you their email address is really the first form of currency that they are going to invest in your brand and business. And so if you're creating this intimate experience, then you want to use it as an opportunity to let your audience into your world, where they get to actually see your journey, get to understand who you are, get to build trust on a deeper level, and they're not just there for your expertise, because information can be duplicated. And because the higher intent of your audience allowing you into their inbox, you are going to be able to experience higher conversion rates if you take this approach. We already know that when people feel like they know you, they buy from you. So let them get to know you. But we have to do it strategically. And this is something that I teach inside of my program, Inbox Gold. But today I want to share with you one of the key storytelling formulas that converts in emails and truly anywhere online. This is the 5S framework: spark, setup, strain, shift, significance. Let's break it down. Number 1, spark. This is your hook. Now, I share with a lot of my clients my storytelling content super bundle, which includes over 2,900 prompts. And so this would be where the prompt goes. This is the hook statement. This is what grabs attention. It's the opening line. It's the text on screen. It's just like the beginning of this YouTube video. Super simple, usually 1 sentence. The second thing you're going to do is set up. You're literally setting up the scene. Where were you? What was the context of your story? Paint a picture. This is the before snapshot, if you will. The more details that you provide here, the more engaged your audience is ultimately going to be. This is just the tried and true storytelling truth. The third piece of the framework is strain. Now, any great story creates tension, something that needs to be resolved. This could be a problem, but it could also be a desire, wanting more, needing more, feeling like something needs to shift. Something that frustrated you, kept you up at night. This is where conflict lives, and conflict in storytelling, as we know with the climax, needs a resolve. So this gets people to say, ooh, tell me more. It gets them on the edge of their seat. Then we have number 4, the shift. This is the turning point. This could be the lessons that you learned, the realization, the decision, the action that you took. What changed? What clicked? This is where you're showing up with that expertise and that authority for your email list, for your customers, for your audience. It's the breakthrough moment. And we end with significance. This is ultimately why it's important to them. Every story needs to come back to your ideal customer. What is their takeaway? What's the lesson that they learned? Or what's the next step that they should take? This is where you also get to share the invitation or the CTA if it fits, and it's a fantastic way to sell into your offers. Think of this as the bridge between the story and the business. Like I told you, it's super simple, and when you start thinking about framing your emails in this way, you're going to find that you're actually keeping your audience super engaged. I recently had a client, Amy, who shared this testimonial with me. She shared one of our storytelling prompts, shared a really great story with her audience with no intent of making money. And of course she did, because that is the power of storytelling, my friends. So how often should you be sending these stories? I'm a firm believer that once a week you should be sending some sort of personal branded newsletter to your email list. And this is the minimum. I send 2 to 3 emails every single week to my email list, and I have been for 10 years. It's a lot of emails, I know. Obviously, you'll share more if you're launching or you have something really prominent that you need to share with your audience. So make the right decision for you. But one of these every single week is a fantastic way to get started. And you can rotate your story types. So think permission story, struggle story, transformation story. These are the types of stories that I mentioned in a recent video here on my YouTube channel. And again, you can mix these with other email types. You can share tips and tricks and behind the scenes and tutorials. Just make sure a little bit of a story is present in there. In fact, the exact same 5S framework I just shared with you can be shortened down into just a few sentences and is a great way to start an email that is more of a tutorial or how-to. So now you know why storytelling is the key to email marketing, and you have a formula that you can use to get started today. But I want to make sure that you're super clear on those 3 types of stories that you can be using in rotation, whether you're marketing in emails or on a blog, Substack, YouTube video, or social media. So next, I want you to go watch this video here while I break down each of those stories and give you examples so you can start finding stories from your own life that fit into these categories. And if you want over 2,900 prompts like my clients so that you can take the guesswork out of what to share in your email marketing, then be sure to grab the storytelling content super bundle for just $27, and I've put the link below. But I'm going to see you in this video next.